So much just happened, bro.
What? We are doing an instant reaction right after, if you're listening to this days later, but this is right after the 2022 Oscars. We've done a couple of these where we reacted to the Oscars in real time. Will Smith just punched Chris Rock in the face.
That was the dopest thing that has ever happened at the Oscars, bro. That was so fucking amazing.
The feeling has been restored. Will Smith restored the feeling.
I am genuine, like my gut. I don't know how to talk. I'm supposed to host a podcast now, but like for those of us who watch the Oscars, who have seen these, the Oscars have notoriously been like, this is a boring show. This is stuffy. It is, black tie event where we just give, like, Hollywood jerks itself off for 3 hours. And, oh, well done for winning the award. And then Will Smith just punched a guy on live TV.
It was an open hand slap. Thank you. Like,
oh, my bad.
What did the 5 finger say to the face? Like,
I saw people saying the pursuit of slappiness, which is just incredible content.
Dude, all the Ali jokes were flowing. This was the best Oscars night ever. Like, I can't think of another one that even comes close to this, because like even just as a regular show, like the hosts and stuff, they had their moments where they were like really funny. I thought, surprisingly, I thought they were going to be ass. And then Will Smith slapped the fuck out of Chris Rock
on live TV. I know that they say like not enough people watch the Oscars anymore, yada yada yada. Like 900 million people, I think, just tuned into. 1 billion people just watch that.
They could not have asked for a better ratings boost. Like, there's no way that they thought of that shit on their own. Anybody who's saying, "Oh, that's fake," they like it. No. Will Smith slapped the fuck out of that thing.
That wasn't fake, and you could tell because on the actual broadcast, once the slap happened, they muted the feed. You couldn't hear it on American TV, but of course, all the other nations. People tweeted out the clip immediately, so you could hear it. And hearing all that, plus realizing that Chris Rock still had like a whole paragraph of shit to read after he got punched, you could tell that it wasn't fake, because he literally was like, "I still have to be up here, and I still have to like introduce this next category of video. I'm just out here by myself. Like, no one's coming to stop me from doing this. I guess I just got to keep the show going." It was perfection. He was perfection.
Flabbergasted too, because he said, you can go find the clip now. He said, Will Smith just punched me smacked the shit out of me on live TV.
Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
He said that is the great. He said after that is the greatest moment in live TV history. He was fully aware of what just happened.
Dude couldn't believe it, and neither could I, bro. I like watching him walk up there. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna get up there and like give him, a little like noogie or something, like
Yeah, I thought he was gonna like ha ha ha, like make a. He's gonna. I thought it was a bit until he
hit
him.
It was a bit.
Well, that's not a bit, because
he hit him, and I was
like,
punch.
He took the
he hit him, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, did they plan that? And then they cut the audio feed. For so long, I was like, "Oh no! He did not. They did not plan that. No. They did not plan that shit whatsoever."
And look, the backstory behind this is that Chris Rock made a joke that is actually in poor taste. We don't have to have takes about this, but like he made a joke that was in poor taste.
Yeah.
And Will Smith defended his wife. So yeah. So if you're in our chat right now saying like, "What would you do to defend your?" Yeah, like we know. Like, he made a joke in poor taste.
But
Will Smith still slapped the shit out of a guy on live TV.
I just wasn't ready, bro. I'm never something like that happening. Just never once entered my mind as a possibility. Like,
that's why we're shocked. It's not that Will Smith defended his wife. Like, good for him for defending his wife.
Yeah, we're not mad at Will Smith. We're just like, holy shit, he just slapped that dude in the face.
Will Smith made the night. Personally, I wouldn't be mad at him at all. But y'all are leaving out the important context. He didn't just slap the shit out of Chris Rock on live TV. He did it on a night where we all know this was going to be his coronation. Everybody in the building knew Will Smith is about to win Best Actor. If I knew it, that means Will Smith knew it. Everybody knew. Denzel's sitting next to him. Denzel knows it. Denzel's also nominated in the same category. Denzel knows Will Smith is about to have this moment. So this happened, 20 minutes before you're supposed to go on the stage and give this speech that's going to make everybody cry. And like, you just punched Chris Rock in the face. on national television. It was incredible. It was
all you had to do was hold it together just 10 more minutes.
Honestly, I mean, apparently he didn't even have to do that because he still got his moment.
He still won the award. Yeah, that's fair. He still
this
won
makes
the
him
award.
the most legendary. Imagine you were getting an award from work and you pimp slap one of your peers at the award ceremony and you still get to have your award later. They're like, okay, Dex, we still need to bring you back on stage because we're still giving you this award. We haven't like rescinded this award from you because you're just that guy.
You've been working for this for 40 years. This is finally your moment. Like, we're going to give you everything that you've been asking for 30, 40 years of work. Here we go. It's your night. We're all waiting on it. We're so excited. Oh, you just slapped a man in the face. Oh.
I lost my
you still get that. You still
Jane
get that
Campion
Christmas
being
moment.
the one who got slapped. I thought it was going to be Venus or Serena slapping Jane Campion. If I had to pick on who was going to get slapped at this award show, I did not pick Chris Rock. It wasn't on my. It wasn't on my ballot.
Not on my radar, bruh.
And she was like the next nominee to come up to like say. Luckily, she had a speech prepared. Like written down.
You could tell they prepped her. This time it was like, just say the words on the card and get off the stage.
Yeah.
Bro, they had Diddy come out there and he had to be like, hey, yo.
The next person, it's comedy. The next person that came up was Diddy.
Questlove was like so flustered, not just because he just won best like an Oscar for.
They were the next. Yeah,
he did. Like also, he was just like, sorry guys, like I'm a bit like he was just so like, how do I just go on about this night? Like, did we all just see what just happened? Like,
fucking Diddy had to walk out there and be like, "Hey y'all, let's
be family.
Peace,
this in the back, y'all.
Y'all embarrassing us right now." They're not gonna let us back here no more.
They're not gonna nominate nobody for no more Oscars. Y'all gotta stop, bro.
If you thought the Oscars was so white before, like holy shit.
I have friends that don't watch the Oscars because they like have lives, not like us. And they're like, wait, what's the Oscars like? Is it like one of these ones where everybody goes and gets wasted and acts crazy? I'm like, no, it's extremely stuffy. It's very self-important. This kind of stuff does not happen at the Oscars. That's why it's so crazy because we just all saw this happen at the same time. Did you see the look on who's Will Smith sitting next to the woman
His
from
wife.
Black Panther? No, sitting behind him, the woman from Black Panther, the love interest, and I forget her name.
Lupita Nyong'o?
Yes, she's sitting right next to Will Smith when he's yelling back, when he's saying, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. She's sitting right behind him, and now she's immortalized in this clip because her face is just like, is this happening? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, for those of you online who are really weird and like think that everything is always look, it is Hollywood. Yeah, a lot of stuff is scripted, but like
that ain't scripted.
The cutaway of him on the Australian broadcast that you sent us of him yelling, twice after he yelled that twice, people were like, "Oh wait," because people laughed, and then they were like, "Wait, no, I think he's serious." And you knew because it was the second time he said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," and it was everybody's like,
serious.
Oh, okay.
Oh. And then we get to his speech, and this man spoke, I swear it had to be 4 minutes of Will Smith.
It's the longest speech in Oscars history.
No, and the band didn't play a single note, didn't move a muscle. No. They were like, we just gonna let it go. Like,
I'm not playing no note with Will Smith out there. He's not getting me next. No.
He's not slapping me, dog. No, I am not playing this tuba. No.
Y'all not paying me enough to play this tune right now. Y'all not.
But he like, I don't even really remember all of what he said, but it was basically just like the Denzel shout out.
Family.
Yeah, Richard defended his family, and now like basically he's doing the same thing, and now I'm like the crazy father or whatever. And the Denzel Washington shout out. Denzel, we don't deserve him. We're not worthy. He's the GOAT.
He literally went and big broed Will Smith, which he's the only person that can probably do that.
Imagine you're going through this crisis in your life at this moment that's supposed to be your big moment, and the person who just happens to be sitting next to you is Denzel, and he's just like, "Hey, man, like let's just be calm. Let's go." Denzel and Tyler Perry like corner you, are like, "Hey, man, Will, all right, 20 more minutes. Please just hold it together. Like, let's just get through the night, bro. Let's just do it."
all these other actors and actresses in this building right now are fucking terrified, and Denzel Washington's just like, all right, bro, like, come here. Come here.
There's people here from Disney Animation who are just like, what the hell is happening at this movie?
Fam, fucking Rachel Ziegler.
What are we doing?
It's
Rachel
so funny.
Ziegler showed up, like, she asked to be here like 6 days ago, and now she's here, and she's like, oh God, like, what's going on? I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
The fact that we had to not only go and have the remainder of the show, to everybody had to come up and be like, no, you know what they had after that? After Questlove won a thing, they had an in memoriam.
It was so awkward.
They're just like, well, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. Now here are all the people that we love that died.
Here's the gospel choir.
What happened? Just that whole moment is surreal. It's a surreal planning thing. But you know who's licking their lips at this? And Will Smith was like, "Oh, I hope the Academy invites me back." Buddy,
Yeah.
Disney just gave you a lifetime contract. Check your mailbox.
You want to know that, like, people got, I know at least 10 people in real life, no lie, that were like, oh my God, I saw this happen. I'm like, hey, y'all, Will Smith's about to win an award. Like, this night is not over. He's got to go back on stage. And everybody's like, oh, let me tune into the Oscars. That happened all around the world. People are like, what the fuck is going on? Bleacher Report is sending, like,
push notifications.
Like, hey, guys, Will Smith just punched Chris Rock. Like, at the Oscars, people turn their TVs on. That shit works. This is the greatest Oscars ever. I want someone to get punched at every Oscars.
Every single one, bro. Like,
so
later in the night when Amy Schumer was like over there fucking with Kristen Dunst and shit, I was like, please punch her in the face. Like, just keep it going. Just keep the energy going, bro. Like, this is the greatest Oscar night ever. And like, okay, I gotta admit, Amy Schumer outperformed all of my extremely low expectations.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
Mine were very low as well, and I thought she did perfectly fine.
She was perfectly fine.
They didn't have her on stage a lot.
Had a couple laughs, and like when they had her come back after Will Smith had slapped Chris Rock, and she was like, "Did I miss anything? I died, cracked the fuck up."
You know what's funny is that the Oscars, whoever directing it had no problems cutting back to show Will Smith in close up either. They had some camera guy up there like getting his face.
And I don't know if this was
like an
just
episode
like
of Murray.
I was watching it. I have Hulu live TV, right? So I was watching it through Hulu, and during Will's speech, it like kept cutting like to just like this flat Oscars like picture.
Yeah, what was that?
Like,
I got that too.
That happened to you, Roy?
Yeah, that happened to me too on YouTube TV.
Like, were they like just scared some shit was about to happen, or like
Chris Rock running back out there for the rematch?
Chris Rock, we gonna shoot the fair one right now, bitch. You ruined my moment, I'm gonna ruin you.
Oh man, I credit to Chris Rock. I guess he ate that, whatever that was, man. Slap punch. Whatever.
Will Smith turned the fucking Oscars into the Source Awards. That man is a legend, bro. That is legendary shit.
It gets no realer than that right there. And I honestly can't wait to go back to the office tomorrow and have everyone ask me like, what the fuck just happened? Because they know I love the Oscars. Like, this is going to be so dope.
My coworkers are texting me like, "You're watching the Oscars, right? Was that real?" Like, crazy.
And it really is crazy because Will Smith's now a decorated actor. He has been for a long time, and he's just like, he was once the highest grossing movie star, I think, like of all time. But it just name an actor, it's still crazy. Like imagine if Denzel went up and punched. It's the equivalent.
Denzel would have knocked somebody out though, because Will Smith has lost some of the punching power we had from Ali. He lost a little bit of the sting. It didn't.
Yeah, honestly, bro. If Denzel went up there, it would be so much like, because he's a little older than Will Smith. It would be so much like hate behind Denzel finally going up and slapping somebody at the Oscars. Like,
yeah, I've been playing this game for 45 years. Like,
yeah, like after all the shit that he's been doing, it would be so much hate behind
and
like old man strength.
It's just like an overall good night for them. I agree. It wasn't just the Will Smith thing. Obviously, that's the big viral moment that people will talk about, which is something you desperately need on a show that's losing viewership by the year, seemingly. Mm-hmm. But like, I agree. Like the whole thing was just, I thought they made a lot of fun of themselves. There was a lot of, like Rachel Zegler's like, I didn't know I was going to be here 6 days ago. Like there are all these people poking fun at the stories that came out before the Oscars that made it all look like it was a nightmare. They just made fun of themselves about it, which was a really great way of handling everything. It was a perfectly fine show. The pre-taped little awards we kept getting, little pre-taped drop-ins were just weird and kind of like threw off the pacing a bit. But otherwise, I thought they did a great job. The hosts were phenomenal. Amy Schumer didn't get in the way. She didn't do anything that was like, all right, Amy, get off the damn stage. Like it was. They did great. Like it was very entertaining way to spend 3.5 hours. I was entertained the whole time. I had a great time.
Yeah, I had a great time. Also, the horniest Oscars I've ever seen.
Incredibly horny.
It was so
violently horny. Violently horny.
Regina Hall literally standing on stage, giving Jason Momoa and Josh Brolin pat downs. That feels like it was 2 months ago at this point because Will Smith slapped the dude after that. But
she literally called out a bunch of dudes that she said that she wanted to actively have sex with, otherwise take a COVID test. And she just like
Timothy Chalamet, who's like a child.
I would have definitely been backstage taking that COVID test. I would have taken the COVID test
1,000%.
That was
looking amazing tonight.
Incredibly looking women out there tonight. Regina Hall, I love you. I love you so much.
I don't know, man. I guess we can talk about the actual awards. I mean, I know we're talking about the broadcast, but yeah. So they came out. Beyonce was the first thing, and that was just the most on the nose play by the Oscars to be like, "Here, watch our thing."
Hey, I'll take it.
Which is fine. It worked, but it is like
that's the way it should be. Don't open up with Amy Schumer. No offense, Amy Schumer. You put fucking Beyonce out there, front and center. Hey guys, Beyonce is involved in this show. Y'all might want to watch this shit, and it works. It fucking works.
Yeah, they had me hooked immediately because that performance was amazing.
Yeah. So
I don't even like that song, and like the version of it she did for the Oscars was incredible. It had like fucking California Love and shit in there. I was like, this is dope.
I didn't realize she was actually there because the performance that they showed is like it was taped. It was taped from Compton. So I was like, okay, but Beyonce isn't actually at the Oscars. But she was there, but they only showed her, I think, once. They didn't even cut to her 100 times like I would have done if I was directing the Oscars. I would have been going from Will Smith to Beyonce, to Will Smith to Beyonce. Like they would have been cameras have been on them all night, but they really only showed Beyonce once, which makes me think she told them, hey, don't be showing me a million times, guys. I'm only here because I have to be here, but don't put the camera on me all night. I want to have a good time.
I thought for sure she wouldn't actually be there unless she like got a guarantee that she was going to win, which I think Billie Eilish won.
We all knew Billie Eilish was going to win, so I don't think Beyonce had any like. I hope not, because like everybody predicted that Billie Eilish was going to win, and she did. But yeah, I don't think she thought she was going to win. But I'm glad she was there. Like, it's cool seeing Beyonce at things. So we got to appreciate it while we can.
Yeah, and so they come out and they do all the jokes. Like, I mean, some of like any Oscars, it's a stuffy room to begin with. Like a lot of people take themselves seriously in that place, but some of the jokes fall flat, of course. But it was like a good few sets for Wanda Sykes, Regina Hall, and Amy Schumer.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. For me, they were cooking for like the first hour and a half. They had missed it all to me.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah,
so they said in memoriam to the Golden Globes. That was actually really funny.
Amazing.
They said, "Look at Timothy Chalamet," and they cut to J.K. Simmons, and Regina Hall said, "I'd still smash."
The weird thing about the Chris Rock joke is that it didn't like land. It's not like it was like a riot in there. Like, oh my god, you made a like G.I. Jane joke. It didn't like get laughs. All it got was Will Smith swiftly walking out the stage. That joke, bro. You at least better get your laugh if you're gonna get punched in the face for it. You better have that room fucking dying laughing before you get punched in the face.
Well, if you don't, nobody understood like what. I don't think enough people understood what that. If you haven't seen the poster for G.I. Jane, go look it up. It's a woman with a shaved head because she's in the military. So yeah, I don't think enough people got it, or either it wasn't funny. But like,
yeah,
like he paid the ultimate price for that shit.
And like a lot of people who did get it, they didn't realize like why Will Smith was mad. I guess people don't know about Jada Pinkett Smith and her hair loss, but like, yeah, shit was not cool, obviously. But yeah, as far as like the jokes and all that kind of stuff, I was super duper nervous after they had DJ Khaled come out for whatever the fuck that was at the start. I was like, oh no, this is going to be awful. I think I literally tweeted, oh no, like as DJ Khaled walked out. But after that, they went strong for a long time. Like I know there was a lot of shit that like I knew we're gonna have Tony Hawk, Shaun White, and Kelly Slater come out, and like a lot of the Oscars people that I listened to, they were like really nervous. They were like really nervous. They were gonna do something like incredibly stupid. Like, are they literally gonna have Tony Hawk come out here on a half pipe? Like what? How desperate is the Oscars gonna be for ratings and shit? And like it really wasn't like that much obvious like ratings bait. Like they went up there, they made a little joke about being the GOAT, and then they kept it moving. Like, you know, like it was cool. Mm-hmm. So
let's talk about the awards. Obviously, Tej, we don't have to talk about it.
Let's go. I pulled one up.
Tej went undefeated. I only missed one. I missed one category. Our boy Garrett, you know, as soon as I saw his picks, I was like, oh no, buddy, you don't have a chance.
What's going on over here, bro? I like Belfast, but it wasn't going to win.
I'm a Belfast boy. That would have been my pick for Best Picture, but like, yeah, dog, no.
Yeah, not a.
He actually watched it later, like after the fact, after he gave us his picks, and he was like, I didn't like it.
No.
Like, no, I didn't like it.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're wrong.
Why did you pick this? What?
So winner for Best Picture is Coda. So I had a lot of late life. I don't know where it came from, like because it came out a while ago and then it kind of disappeared on Apple.
So long. The Oscar season was 19 years. So at that time, like literally, once it dropped on Apple Plus and people could actually watch it, it's just been building steam because Power of the Dog was streaming to us first. So a lot more people saw Power of the Dog.
Coda was out. I feel like Coda was out for a while.
It was out, but it wasn't streaming yet. When Power of the Dog dropped, Coda was out, but it wasn't streaming yet. So some people had seen it, but a lot of people hadn't seen it yet. It's been on Apple TV, Apple Plus for a couple of months. So like people got to go see it, and it kind of built some leverage and got the momentum. And I didn't love either movie, Power of the Dog or Coda, but I'd much rather look back in 20 years and say, remember when Coda won Best Picture than fucking Power of the Dog, which is
the Power of the Dog is so ass. I hate that
movie. So yeah, Power of the Dog lost an incredible amount of steam over the last, and I think it really, because it came out of the gates hot. Every critic in the world called it a meditative masterpiece, meaning it was boring.
Which means that it's boring.
Or it means it was boring and bad. And
it's subversive, which means none of the things you like about Westerns happen in this movie.
Yeah. You know the things you like about Westerns? None of that.
There's none of that here. We got none of that.
Yeah, so...
Netflix is in the dirt again, y'all. Netflix
again
every year.
Again.
Apple TV Plus will pay you to watch them.
Facts.
And Netflix still can't get an Oscar over them.
Netflix is charging $230 a month to watch Power of the Dog. Apple TV Plus was like, here, someone please, anyone, watch this movie. And
Netflix has been trying to get a Best Picture winner for like 4 years. Apple TV just became the first streaming service to ever win Best Picture. They just did it. They just like, we picked this movie, we picked the right movie. They just did it. And Netflix has been trying. They actually had 2 movies nominated for Best Picture this year. They both got put in the dirt. Sorry, guys. Coda's the winner.
Oh, wait. Did Judd Apatow delete that dumb tweet?
He might have.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He did.
He was getting cooked.
Yeah,
they were cooking him.
It got deleted at 16,000 quote tweets.
You could have killed him. Is such a Royden, a very white person to say in response to someone getting slapped. You're right. Like there is a way in which somebody could die from being slapped, but the chances of that are very slim. And Chris Rock ate the slap. Like he ate it. Like boom, yum, that was delicious. I can go on my comedy. He wasn't going to fucking die. Like What he did more comedy after this happened. What are you talking about?
Literally more jokes came.
It almost like Chris Rock's been slapped in the face for his comedy. It's like Chris Rock been slapped around the house a couple of times. He said something.
This isn't his first time being slapped, okay, guys? Yeah.
I saw somebody tweet earlier. They were like, Chris Rock learned a lesson today. You can still get slapped for comedy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, fam, I'm sure Chris Rock, of all people, has been slapped in the face before. I'm sure Chris Rock does not have a problem being slapped in the face every once in a while.
Kathy Griffin is also getting dunked on because she tweeted, you're just going up there slapping comedians because now all comedians are going to have to worry about who the next Will Smith is going to be in the audience of whatever comedy show they're doing that day. And my counterpoint with that would be like, if you disrespect someone's wife in that kind of way, you should expect that maybe there might be consequences, Kathy. So maybe you shouldn't be up there disrespecting people's wives, and maybe you wouldn't tell that joke that Chris Rock told, but Chris Rock told that joke. And I'm sure Chris Rock and Will Smith are at least somewhat familiar. Maybe they're not friends, but like they know each other. They work together. Like these are not strangers. This is somebody who I know. Imagine if me and Dex, we were going to get a award for the One Take podcast, and Dex went on stage and made a joke that offended me. It's like, I know you, Dex. Like, you're not all these people, like, I know you. So now you're making a joke at my expense that I think is too far, but like, I know you. I might feel like I might have to give you some straightening in front of America. Like, it's fine. He's not gonna die.
Also, now that we've seen the Will Smith slap situation, I feel like as a presenter, you have to know, they might be walking up here to slap me. I can't just stand here.
If I see the person walking towards me that I just made the joke about, it probably means slap. Like, I probably got to take the
I should probably move. Like, I should probably do something.
Madden awareness level 0 by Chris Rock. He didn't even dive or weave. Had his hands behind his back too. He's like, wait, yo. Like
one of those things where like you're like, okay, I would normally know what this meant if we were just like in a room together, but we're on fucking live TV and it's the Oscars. So how I perceive his body language is probably I'm not thinking he's gonna slap me because we're on TV. Everybody's watching this. And I guess Chris Rock was wrong. It was a wrong calculus. Because Will Smith was like, I don't care that the cameras are watching. I'm gonna slap you right now.
Honestly, though, better for Chris Rock to just stand there and take the slap than to run away.
Yeah, probably.
If he's chasing him on stage like around the mic, it looks he's very weird. They're just running around.
Just running around playing tag. And, hey!
Get back here! It gets very weird.
The band just starts up the Benny Hill music.
Then they really got to go to commercial because you could tell the people in the back were like, do we go to commercial? What do we do?
What do we not go to commercial, baby. Keep this, all this.
Yeah. So give props to Coda all the way back. Give props to Coda for winning. It had a lot of late life. It also won 2 other Oscars. Troy Koster for Best Supporting Actor, who gave a great speech. And then the director who won for Best Writing. I believe.
Best Adapted Screenplay. One of those screenplays.
Best Adapted Screenplay.
Is it adapted?
Yeah.
I always forget the category, but one of those screenplay ones they won.
She won Best Adapted.
And Branagh won Original. Yeah.
Yeah, Branagh won Original. So
Belfast boys.
Well, Belfast did get some love. Yeah. Also, Power of the Dog got its love because Jane Campion won Best Director.
That's the only thing it won, which is amazing. I thought I could have swore it had won something earlier. But
didn't it get nominated for the most Oscars ever?
I don't know about ever, but it was definitely the most this year.
The most this year, yeah.
It was the most this year. Jane Campion won for Power of the Dog. Whatever. Like, I don't want to shit like rain on her parade, but like how we feel about that movie. You can go read about it on our website, Apollo HOU. I wrote a review about it. But the thing with Power of the Dog is, and we were saying, Coda gained all this late life because it's actually like a happy welcome film, and then and then I think more people started actually watching Power of the Dog instead of
trying to.
They made that joke.
Wanda Sykes made that joke.
So I've watched it 3 times now. I'm halfway through. Same Wanda.
It really fell off when I think a normal audience started. I mean, we're not Academy voters, but I think it lost some steam in the eyes of people who actually vote for this stuff because it fell off so hard here at the very end.
Yep.
It was a lot. It was a lot. That's why I picked it.
all those people in the comments of the article you wrote, like normal people were not just sitting at home loving The Power of the Dog. It was people in the industry loving this performance at the center of this film. But people at home were like, this is just boring as hell and long as hell. And like, I thought this was a Western, but all my favorite Western shit is not here. What are we doing here? Like, so once normal people started watching Power of the Dog, I do think it lost steam, because if we are not all have the taste level of film reviewers and film critics, and we're like, nah, we're bored as hell, bros. Like, and we're sitting on our couches, so we have our phones close to us. I'd rather be on my phone. Like, I'm not in a movie theater where it has to take me, like, we are sitting at home, and this movie's not keeping my interest more than Twitter right now. So people were not fucking with Power of the Dog in that way.
I tweeted months ago. I was like, movies like Power of the Dog getting nominated for a bunch of Oscars is why people don't give a fuck about the Oscars. Because like, you tell them this is like amazing cinema, this is like the height of filmmaking. You have to watch this and appreciate it, or you don't know film. And then they watch and they're like, this shit sucks, bro. Like, this shit is trash. Like, what are you talking about? I don't care
also, we have shown tonight why we don't need to give people on Twitter a vote at the Academy Awards. Because they stink and are bad. The Zack Snyder
trolls literally hacked the fucking Oscars.
Yeah, we got to talk about
Andrew Wiggins All-Star Oscar.
Oh, even worse than that, man. Like, honestly,
how the fuck did this even happen? Granted, I don't know if anybody knew that these things are things you could actually go vote on, because I didn't see nobody talking about that. Somehow the Snyder trolls found out about this thing that nobody else knew and just said they were fucking on Reddit. And they're just like, yes, let's all go vote for this right now. Let's all go do this right now.
They said jackpot.
The Academy Award is going to acknowledge Zack Snyder's Snyderverse, baby. Hell yeah.
Okay, so they won for Best Movie Moment of the Year. No, wait. They won for Best Movie Moment all time, which was stupid because there were so many things. There were like no Star Wars or anything. Like, it just, like, there was
like the fucking Matrix and Endgame.
Yeah.
With the fucking the Snyder cut. I'm like, what are we doing? How did that happen?
They voted The Flash powering up his Flash powers as best movie moment of all time in a movie that you didn't even see in theaters.
Didn't even see it in theaters.
You watched it on your cell phone on the train. And
HBO was like, this shit sucks so much that we're not going to put it in theaters. We're going to get a whole other director to come in and finish your movie because we think this shit sucks. And then they voted it
best movie moment of all time. And then they won. Not only that, they had an Oscars fan vote where most popular film of the year. I think it's what it was, and I don't know if they gave him like an award for this or not, or if it was just like a broadcast thing. But
Dawn of the Dead one.
Army of the Dead one.
Army of the Dead. There you go.
A nothing Zack Snyder movie on Netflix that no one watched.
Netflix's biggest win of the night, if we're honest.
Yeah, Netflix. Congratulations, you won something.
The people's champion, Netflix.
So yeah, that was so stupid. Snyder fans literally hacked the Oscars. That's crazy.
Remember when they had they were tossing around that they were going to include like a popular Oscar or like a pop Oscar. Like, if people are voting on it, I don't want it, bro. Snyderverse fans could go in there and hack this little stupid thing. I don't want an actual trophy to be given to the Zack Snyderverse of the world because so many people are dumb enough to vote for it. I was not in on the Andrew Wiggins All-Star experience. I was not in on that. I do not like this. If the Snyder fans are going to go hack stuff, that please don't let us vote. Take that from us. And y'all just vote on it, please, because we don't want that to happen ever again.
Yeah, sometimes direct democracy is very, very bad.
Sometimes people shouldn't vote.
Sometimes they should.
Now the Snyder Cut is a bigger movie moment than Keanu Reeves literally dodging bullets in The Matrix. One of the coolest things I've ever seen on a movie screen.
Or the fucking portal scene in Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, y'all watch that on iPads with your fucking fingers on the screen. Come on, guys. Like, y'all liars.
The Academy disrespecting Chadwick Boseman yet again. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Let's see. So, Best Actor, Best Actress. Best Actress, we've talked about Will Smith. We'll get back to it here in a second. But Jessica Chastain wins for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. That kind of had some late life for her as well. Dex, you saw The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I hadn't been able to catch it yet.
I did too.
Said it was oh, you did? Okay, I thought it was just
it
Dex. Okay.
But the performance is like she looks a lot like the actual character.
Sounds like her too. Crazy.
They put out all these videos showing the real character and then showing like the clips of Chastain, and it's like she nailed it. So it's like, the Oscars, they love an impression. They fucking love that shit. Yeah. That's how Rami Malek won an Oscar. That Oscar we don't talk about. So
I can't believe that shit.
Basically,
I was thinking of like a movie that had like a really great central performance, but no one liked the rest of it. And I was thinking, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. The Rami Malek thing is like
Judy.
the most recent thing. Yeah, or what was
Renee
that?
Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger.
There's always one or two every year of wow, this film stinks, but for some reason people love the performance in the middle of it. That's The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
Thought it was going to be Asaguchi, but they didn't want to give us that. Lady Gaga, a great sport, by the way.
Lady Gaga was she still showed up at the Oscars to announce Best Picture. What a queen!
Yeah.
Carrying Liza Minnelli on her back.
Liza Minnelli.
I don't want to make any. Yeah, I don't want to make any.
I love Liza Minnelli too.
I'm going to avoid that one.
Yeah,
I'm going to avoid that one. She was having an interesting time on stage, but it's probably because she has some thing going on that we don't know about. But it was cool to see her up there. But it was definitely like, all right,
weird. Yeah.
But
yeah, Jessica Chastain, she was really good. And I was Tammy Faye. Probably not worth like going back and watching just to watch.
Don't go watch this film. Don't go watch it. Good.
It's more entertaining than Power of the Dog. But
shout out, not to like poo-poo her Oscar win, but like best year continues to be Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, man. Yeah.
He was everywhere at this Oscar.
Yeah. He was in everything. And then of course the big one, they saved it. I mean, Jessica Chastain came to after, but they saved these for the ending. Will Smith wins his first Oscar for King Richard, which he basically was Richard Williams. So like, unlike Richard Williams, he didn't go get his gun and like stand at a corner store or whatever. And that weird thing in that movie.
But yeah, I'm so glad he won, man. Like,
me too.
All the shit aside from the night, it's been long overdue for Will Smith to have an Oscar. Like, yeah, I'm glad he got one because this felt like his last best chance. If we didn't get it here, he was never going to get it. So I'm glad that he got it.
Yeah, we don't know how many.
And he still had to go give a speech.
Like, you don't. But like, I love how he incorporated like Richard Williams was a staunch defender of his family, like to start the speech because he obviously just punched someone in the face because he felt like they made a joke about his wife he didn't like. So like, the speech was really. Will Smith is like basically a motivational speaker now on Instagram. So I thought the speech would be like something that he like prepared, but it was clear when he went up there that like he didn't have a prepared speech. He was just like so emotional and he kept relating back to the incident. Like he
definitely had one, but he was like, I can't say that shit now.
Yeah. Thank you to Chris Rock. No, it's like
for 30 years, I've been a very nice man. Everyone has always loved me. I've tried to honor the legacy of Uncle Phil and always keep the peace.
Will Smith won't cuss in his raps, but he will yell "fuck you" at Chris Rock in the middle of the Oscars.
Hey!
He was not shy about. I've already punched you, but if I have to yell at you to get my point across, I'm willing to do that too. I've already punched you in front of everybody, but if that's not enough. We can get this. We can get my point across because you're not gonna make no more jokes about my wife.
Yeah, all right, man. To get up there and like we talked about it at the beginning of the show, but like the band was stunned. Band didn't even touch a chord. I think they went for a smoke break. I think they were like, in the back there. Wow, that shit was wild. Oh wait, we're supposed to be out there? Nah, no, we don't.
It was clearly dragging. It was clear that he didn't really know what to say towards the end. And it was like, I don't care. We're not pressing the wrap-up music. Nobody's going to play a fucking note here because and of course, that's probably the highest rated part of the telecast. So they're probably in no rush to get him off the stage anyway because this is what people are tuning in for. Even before the punch, this is the moment. Like, this is what people want to see. And then you have the punch. So now the moment is even more interesting. Like, you got to milk that shit. That's ratings gold. Keep him on that stage. So I'm sure they weren't going to play him off.
Yeah, that speech was the one. Well, the slap is going to get thrown around for a long time, but like the speech is going to have 1 billion views on YouTube tomorrow.
Facts.
ABC
He was like
is
crying
running
and
that
shit.
up. They're having him on
ABC's
Good Morning America
everywhere. Yes,
like whatever, any daytime talk show that they have, Will Smith is on all that shit for the next
The
week.
View or whatever it is.
Every single one. You got to come explain this shit, or we're pressing charges. Like
the Chris Rock interviews. I'm sure they've already done red carpet interviews that obviously we haven't seen because we're live right after the Oscars. But I'm sure on the red carpet, like you're going to ask Jada and Will if they appear on the red carpet. So what the hell was that all about? I'm sure they're going to ask Chris Rock all about it.
I cannot wait for like Vanity Fair does the big Oscars after party every year. Cannot fucking wait for all the articles that come out of that party, bro. That shit is going to be incredible.
Oh man, it's a
I wonder if Will
whirlwind.
and Jada will attend because like it's Will Smith's night, so I'm sure they had plans to go do something afterwards. So I can't wait to see what turns up of the night because that's such
and even if they don't attend, everybody else who attends, you gotta like your first question has to be.
Yes.
So,
Everyone.
what was your reaction when you saw Will Smith slap the fuck out of Chris Rock?
Benedict Cumberbatch. I know you didn't win the award, but right there.
You can fight Will Smith for it if you want to. Like,
yeah.
Right now.
Oh man.
Insane. But we will never forget that when Will Smith won his first Oscar, and maybe if it's his only Oscar, especially so, we will always remember on that same night we got the greatest Oscar moment of all time. There is no close second. That was the greatest Oscars moment of all time. And you're hearing that from people who love the Oscars. We watch the Oscars. We know the moments. We've seen the train wrecks. We've seen all the bad jokes, all the bad segments. That is the best moment in Oscars history.
We saw there's been a mistake. Moonlight. Yeah. You guys won Best Picture.
Well, it's tame in comparison.
This shit's on that. This shit's on that.
Shit's on it. I was talking in a different group chat earlier, and like we were talking about like the greatest live TV moments we've ever seen or whatever. For me, top 2 easy now are this one and Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake. That's the only things competing like in my lifetime.
And Kanye, Taylor Swift. That's the top 3.
This is over that. If Taylor Swift had slapped the shit out of Kanye as he did that, we'd be talking about something different.
All right, so get Teach back on here in a second, but let's go through some of the other stuff we can talk about because Teach doesn't care about Dune, doesn't like Dune at all. But Dune racked up about like 6 or 7 awards, I imagine. 6.
Which is cool. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, Dune was half of a movie.
I keep saying this. Somebody else like was arguing with me about this on Twitter earlier tonight. He was like, "Why wasn't Denis Villeneuve nominated for Best Director? Look at all these other awards it's winning." Blah blah blah. Fan made half a fucking movie. Like you don't get to. You're not gonna win Best Director for not even telling a story. There's not even a climax in Dune. It just stops. Like, but
we're done.
Yeah, the production design, the costuming, the cinematography, all the shit that it actually won for, it all deserved it. Like it looks incredible, sounds incredible. Like I'm glad that they won those awards.
It won 6 awards for Best Sound, Best Achievement in Visual Effects, Best Achievement in Production Design, Best Achievement in Music written for a motion picture. So Hans Zimmer wins another one. Best Achievement in Film Editing and Best Cinematography, which the movie does look really great. I was surprised that it actually won though, but
deserved all of that. Anything that doesn't require Timothée Chalamet to talk to you, they won it.
But it was also nominated. So they were the big winners technically of the night. I mean, I guess Coda was 3 for 3, so maybe they are the big winners. But like the big Dune comes away with, for making half of a movie, Dune comes away with 6 Oscars. So there's that.
And Dune Part 2 will rack up Oscars if they pull it off. Like that'll probably actually win Best Picture if they can pull it off. Like.
Yeah, that should be their Return of the King if they can somehow get it done. But it we've talked about it at length how we feel about Dune.
Check out our Dune episode. Shout out to Hussein.
Yeah, it's not one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. It can't be. It's not a full movie.
Can't be. It doesn't go anywhere.
Let's see. So.
Encanto, take an animated picture. He has strong feelings about that. Teach doesn't, because he hasn't seen it.
It didn't like, yeah, you were saying you felt like it was the best one out of I love the look of Raya the most. I thought it was, as far as like just like an animated picture goes, I thought it was brilliant looking. It was also from Disney Studios too, so it was two non-Pixar movies going up against. So Luca was in there as well. Like Luca is like also half of a movie, so you know,
yeah,
I don't
Luca
think it
felt
really...
like an extended short. Like they had a little too much for a short, and so they just stretched it into barely being a feature-length movie.
Yeah, so I don't know. In Encanto, and maybe I need to go give it another chance, because I really was like, it Disney Plus me. I was on my couch and I was distracted and everything else, but I loved Mitchell's versus the Machines. You said it's too long. It is. It's kind of ADD, the movie. I've said this before. So like, if you don't like that kind of thing, it may not go a long way for you. The jokes come at like 1,000 miles a minute, but I really did enjoy that film. I thought at its core was like the most fun that I had watching any of these movies. Of course, Encanto it's Disney. It still looks brilliant, sounds brilliant. Voice cast is awesome. Great songs. Lin-Manuel Miranda did his thing again. So I'm not mad at it, but I'm also just kind of like, I don't know. It was just kind of a blah thing to me.
I liked Encanto a lot, but I watched it in theaters when it came out, like insanely. It came out Thanksgiving weekend, and I went like fucking Black Friday to the movie theater in my mall, and I watched Encanto with a bunch of children. So there's a bunch of kids like screaming and laughing and shit throughout this movie. So I was like, this is delightful. Mitchell's vs. Machines, I watched at home, and it's on Netflix. So I'm just like predisposed to liking Netflix movies less, and it felt a little too long, and I was like, most of what I remember about it is it feeling long, honestly. But
Guillermo del Toro's best favorite animated film.
Yeah, it's good for sure, but I just like Encanto a little better. Luca, I didn't think it was a real contender. Flea, I still haven't seen. I'll probably go back and watch that later, because I've heard so many good things about it. This is what I've heard. Yeah.
You watched it, Teach?
I've seen Flea. Yes, it's very good, but I have not seen Encanto. So that was actually my first time hearing the Bruno song, and then Meg the Stallion popped up, and I was like, "Wait,
Meg the Stallion show."
Yeah, we forgot about that.
Yeah, Meg the Stallion was at the Oscars, and that's like number 7 on like the list of things that happened tonight. Like,
yeah. So that won Best Animated Film. I think a lot of people actually cared about that because people were pushing for that. That was like, if people got a fan vote, Bruno, that would have won, and Bruno would have been nominated. It wasn't even nominated.
Why? I never understand this. This has happened a couple of times in Oscars history. There's a song that everybody loves from a movie, but the Oscar nominated song is a different song from the same movie. So we had to see the Dos Orugutas performance. But the song that people care about from this film is We Don't Talk About Bruno. So why is We Don't Talk About Bruno not the one that was nominated for one of the best?
I think Lin-Manuel Miranda chose that one. He chose it because it was in all Spanish, and I think he wanted to have an all Spanish song nominated. And plus, not for nothing, it's a better composed song.
Well, they do love a ballad. They go for the ballad. That's what they go for. It
is a better, like, more well-written song than We Don't Talk About Bruno. But We Don't Talk About Bruno is fun. And, like, yeah.
So they were like, we got to have y'all perform this shit, too. Yeah. Like, y'all are performing twice.
Like, you can perform the one we nominated, but actually perform the one that people want to hear. Like, you should probably do that, too. Like, okay, cool.
We're gonna have Megan the Stallion come and do that one. She's not doing those.
That's where I felt like I love having Dos Orangutangas. I do like having Meg the Stallion come up and rap and do her thing. But it was like, hey, fellow kids, how do you do?
Well, having never seen this movie, I was like, maybe Meg the Stallion is in Encanto, and I just
she's not even involved at all.
Not involved at all. But they've got her for the show, and I'm like, this is about the line for me. Like, if they would have gone with, like, I don't know, some other random person who I like less, I would have been like, this is some bullshit just for ratings. But since it's Meg the Stallion, I'm like, hey, like, we in there. Had it been like I don't know, like they had Chloe and Halle featured a lot, like on the red carpet and at like one of them presented and stuff like that. Like if they had been like, it's Chloe Bailey, I would have been like, all right.
Yeah. So yeah, that wins for best animated film. Let's talk about this. It was really cool. Troy Koster wins for Coda. He gets up there, gives a speech in sign language. Also, he becomes the first deaf man to win an Oscar. Of course, his co-star Marlee Matlin won for years ago for Children of the Lesser God. And so, yeah, he gets up there, he gives a speech. It's really cool. You have a bunch of people clapping, a lot of people doing the sign for clapping. I thought that was a really cool moment, and I thought he was actually very deserving too. It wasn't, especially out of the other nominees. Like I love Syrian Hines in Belfast. That's who the second place I probably would have given it to, but it was well deserved from Troy Koster.
Yeah, I'm glad he.
Coda. I decided I've told y'all I've only watched half of it. I turned it off, but I'm going to go finish Coda because it at least makes you feel good. I can understand why people liked it. Like even if they didn't put it as their number one, they'd probably put it as their number two. It's a feel good movie, and Power of the Dog doesn't make anybody feel good about anything. So
yeah, Coda is really like enjoyable and entertaining. It's not like I wouldn't have ever considered it for Best Picture until
in a normal year. I
was told that people were considering it as a Best Picture nominee. I was like, I would have never thought of it as a Best Picture nominee. But
it feels like a moment, like a freeform movie, like one of those Fox networks that's like, oh, it's like a really cool concept movie, but it's like it won Best Picture. And maybe Dex is right. Maybe in a different year, it's just like a movie that people like, but it's not like nominated for Best Picture. But it's just like a weird year for movies. We're still kind of trying to figure shit out on the pandemic side, and no one actually got to go see Belfast because you still have to go pay for it. So the majority of people aren't going to pay the $5 you have to pay for it. So no one even saw Belfast, and that's probably the only other quote unquote feel good movie other than King Richard, which was also a feel good movie. So one of those feel good movies was going to get the feel good bump, and I guess it was Coda.
Apple must have given away free iPhones and those swag bags in the Academy voter. They were giving out iPad minis.
That's what Netflix is doing wrong. They're like, I don't have any iPhones for us. I don't make phones.
If you if the Oscars didn't exist and you just watched just movies throughout the year, I don't think you're gonna like. I don't think it would. Most people would be like, Coda. That's the best one that I saw this year. But after once you were given the list of the 10 nominees, I can understand how you could watch just those 10 and be like, I'm voting for Coda out of these 10. I would have voted for Belfast, but I can understand why you would vote for Coda given who the nominees were.
Nightmare Alley never got any traction, and I just don't know why.
It felt
so good.
It felt so left behind. They would pop it up there and be like, "Remember?" And it'd be like, "What?"
Remember this is nominated too? You're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot all about that film."
Oh man, I feel good having been one of the 7 people who saw that movie in theaters opening weekend.
They made that joke too about The Last Duel.
Yeah, they did.
I was like, they're talking about me, but yeah, Nightmare Alley. It's good. It's worth watching. It's not a Best Picture.
So Troy Kotsur wins for that, and then Ariana DeBose wins for West Side Story, which she deserved to win for that rendition of America Alone because that was brilliant. That was incredible.
Great speech too. She gave a great speech. I really liked that moment with her.
Yeah, she did. She looked incredible, and yeah, she was. That felt like a no dumb. All of a sudden, it was just like, yeah, absolutely.
Who dropped the ball there that you nominated one of them for Best Supporting Actress, but her co-star was just not even invited to the Oscars? Somebody really dropped the ball there.
That is weird,
man.
Happen?
That story is weird. And people ended up turning on Rachel Zegler after that a little bit. Because I guess
was it a vaccination thing?
No, she's filming a movie right now, in a different country. And so I guess they had to stop. She was actively doing that. So they had to stop it, reschedule a bunch of shit to get her back over here just to go to the Oscars and shit. And people were pissed when they found that out.
People are mad because she wants to go to the Oscars because the film that she starred in was was like nominated for Best Picture and her co-star was nominated for an award. Of course she wants to be there. That might never happen to her again. You never know.
It was nominated for best. Yeah, it was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah,
like you just said.
I'm the star of the movie. Of course I want to fucking be there. I want to be
there. People are mad at her because I guess like people thought it was just a snub. Like she was literally just gonna be at home on the couch or whatever. But you know, like she's
wish I could be there. Like she's
live tweeting with the rest of us.
But yeah, she's like literally on a different continent filming a movie right now, and they got to tell all those people, "Hey, we're gonna take a couple days off so Rachel can go to the Oscars."
Which is weird too, because she was literally in nothing before this either. That was her first major motion picture, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was like discovered on Instagram or something like that. But so yeah, that probably people in the film industry were like, "I can't believe that," but also whatever. Let her go to the Oscars. But yeah, Ariana DeBose. So that wraps up the acting awards. And like we said, T, do you have any Dune takes?
There were a lot of awards tonight. I do think it's weird. I still think it's weird that Denis Villeneuve was not nominated for Best Director, not because Dune is good, because it's not, but because they won so many below the line awards that it was like, if all these people did something outstanding in this one movie, and the guy who put it all together gets nothing, but all these people go on stage and they thank him immediately. Everyone was just like, yeah, that guy, he's amazing. That guy y'all didn't nominate for Best Director. He's like pretty good. Like y'all should like it's just weird, but I have no love for Dune like that. I think Dune is fine. It's like it's mid. I didn't need to see 20 million Dune awards tonight, but I knew that was going to happen just because of how good it is visually and how good the effects are and stuff like that. I knew they were going to clean up in those kind of awards. But I still don't know, and I understand that's how you get nominated for Best Picture, but I don't understand how you don't get Best Director for the guy who put that all together. I don't get it.
I think you definitely get, and they were all thanking him. Like it was like when, remember when Argo won, and Ben Affleck didn't get nominated for Best Director. Yeah. It won literally like every award, including
every
Best
award,
Picture,
except for like, and you're not gonna be nominated for Best Director.
He wasn't. Yeah, and he wasn't nominated. It feels like that, which is weird because I mean. But Denis Villeneuve is like a more renowned director than Ben Affleck. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who you like. Well, let's look. Who do you take out? Because you have Branagh.
You take out the person who won it.
Oh well.
Who you take out.
I feel like if the Power of the Dog was directed by John Campion instead of Jane, might have been taken out. But
I'll let you have that take.
But I do feel like like you're not gonna say no, you can't. You're not gonna take Jane Campion out. She won every other stop along the way. Like
she was always going to be nominated, but Jane Campion, Steven Spielberg, Kenneth Branagh, Ryusuke Hamaguchi, and
that's the one I take out. Drive My Car is not good.
That would have been fine with me.
Well, also a film that you love, Paul Thomas Anderson was nominated for Licorice Pizza
and won nothing. Let's talk about that.
Oh, let's talk about Licorice Pizza. Go ahead.
Yeah, won nothing.
Licorice Pizza gets nothing again. Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm sorry. I don't really have personal beef with you, but Licorice Pizza stinks so much to me, and like I've built this crusade brand against Licorice Pizza. I'm just glad that you won nothing. You think he has like 11 Oscar nominations or something stupid like that, and still hasn't won anything.
He's going to win one eventually, but I'm glad.
Eventually, I'm glad it ain't this
for this very creepy, nasty film.
Very creepy, very nasty, and not that good.
Yes, facts. So that was great to see that not win anything. I was very happy every time they brought up that movie because it was like they did the little montage for every Best Picture nominee. So they did one for Licorice Pizza, and I was like, I literally almost forgot that movie was nominated, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing that you don't think about that.
They didn't really even mention it.
It wasn't winning anything. So it was very nice to not have Licorice Pizza go on that stage. And
there is now a couple of movies like that. I mean, Dune, like we said, cleaned up, but then you have like Power of the Dog and Licorice Pizza and
Nightmare Alley.
Well, Nightmare Alley only got nominated for a couple, but like
I mean, Licorice Pizza only had like what 3 or 4. I think Nightmare Alley.
I thought it had 5 or 6, but I was gonna say you had a lot that got nominated for a West Side Story, and didn't win anything. It's basically like Dune ran everybody else out of these categories that they kind of got nominated for, and so it was just like you had a lot of these now just like won an Oscar for what? Best craft services is what it's gonna have.
Best craft
I mean,
services.
yeah, at least I'm glad Belfast got something, and it's like a thing that I can actually, be proud of and tell people about. Original screenplay. That's a good ass award to win.
Yeah, that's a nice. You like that Oscar? That one holds a lot of weight.
It's a good ass Oscar, especially it's Kenneth Branagh's first one. But yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson winning nothing. Power of the Dog winning just the one award. I mean, Best Director is a great one to win. Like, it's iconic and legendary and all that. Like, we're gonna talk about Jane Campion winning forever. But
weird when they
Power
don't
of the Dog
win.
stinks.
It's weird when winning Best Director. We talked about this before, but it's weird winning Best Director and then just really having no shot at winning Best Picture. Like, that just doesn't. It doesn't happen the other way. It's like you can not win Best Director and win Best Picture.
But
it's happened a lot. Yeah, but it's almost. It feels like the thing. One of the most historic times that it happened was, I think, still Steven Spielberg won Best Director for Saving Private Ryan. It won like 18 other Oscars, and then Shakespeare in Love won for Best Picture. So
and a couple years ago, Cuarón won for Roma for Best Director,
right.
and then Green Book won fucking Best
But
Picture.
most of the time, those two things kind of go hand in hand. Usually,
yeah. A lot of times they tie them together, but I feel like I feel like usually how it goes is when there are two movies up for Best Picture that are really close, the backup prize is like, okay, we'll give you Best Director because you're not going to win Best Picture. But when somebody is way ahead in the lead for Best Picture, then that person usually ends up winning Best Director as well. It always feels like that. So it feels like she got her consolation prize because they knew she wasn't going to walk away with the big prize, even though that was the favorite going into Oscar season. It was the favorite for months and months and months.
Or perhaps the Academy still secretly hates Netflix, so they're like, the best we can do is director. Like, you're not winning Best Picture.
Yeah, you blew up the spot when you came in and started making movies that we had to nominate.
Yeah, so Cuarón, you can have your Best Director for Roma. We ain't giving you Best Picture though.
Yeah,
like no way.
Roma's actually good. Power of the Dog is bad. It is just bad. It's just extremely boring. It's bad. Like, it's a good performance by Benedict Cumberbatch, but like, it's not good at all.
Tim Cook is going to be stunting on Netflix at the next Apple earnings.
He's gonna bring that out on the stage because the Apple he released the iPhone 28. He's gonna be look what I did.
Today we're launching the new Mac Pro, on which we made Coda Best Picture winner.
Eat your heart out, Steve Jobs. You never thought that y'all could win you tried to win an Academy Award for Best Short. Oh, speaking of, just real quick, and we're kind of going long. It's late at night, but Riz Ahmed won an award for Best Live Action Short Film. So that was
Delayed
cool.
Justice. We'll allow it.
Yeah, Delayed Justice. Drive My Car won International Feature Film. Both of y'all watched that. I'm sorry. Couldn't do it. Couldn't get
incredibly uncompetitive category. That's the only movie that I watched in that category because everybody knew it was going to win. It's not good. I ain't like it.
It's not good.
Y'all seem to be out on an island on that. I feel like a lot of people are really in the opposite direction.
It's also meditative, so you can
understand. It's meditative for sure. I tweeted, maybe I haven't been through enough in life, so I can't relate. But like, nah, dog, it was not good.
Some very weird vibes in that movie as well. There's just some weird shit going on.
Very weird vibe.
Yeah.
I'll probably go back and watch Worst Person in the World because I've heard good things about that one from people.
I've heard really good stuff about Worst Person in the World, and I want to watch that too. But I haven't watched it before. But when I saw it was nominated, people kept talking to me about it, so I thought maybe it would win. But then when obviously you have one of the international pictures nominated for Best Picture, it's not going to win Best. We knew it was going to win Best Picture, so we knew it was going to win there. Like, it was very much a done deal.
And I'm gonna go back and watch Flea too. But
yeah.
Flea is awesome, y'all. Watch Flea; it's worth a watch.
Questlove won though for documentary features.
Summer of
Soul. I still haven't seen it. I heard it's amazing.
It beat Flea. It's on Hulu, right?
Yeah,
So
shout out
it's
to
all-
our Hulu overlords.
Disney overlords. Oh, I wonder why that one won. No, it's probably I haven't seen it yet. Apparently, it's fantastic. He was crying on stage too. Maybe he was overwhelmed because he had to follow Will Smith punching a guy. But
we just saw Will Smith punch someone, and now he's got to give a speech.
yeah, so Questlove won, so that's really cool. Eyes of Tammy Faye won more Oscars than Power of the Dog.
Hell yeah!
It did?
Yeah, it won for
I
Jessica
can't.
Chastain and best makeup and hairstyling.
I love it. I love that. That
Hell
is
yeah.
an amazing fact.
Dex, you need to tweet that. It won more Oscars than Licorice Pizza and Power of the Dog.
I'm gonna tweet it tomorrow, so like everybody can look at it fresh in the morning
I want
and
y'all
soak
to
it
see
all
the
in.
failure that was Licorice Pizza Oscar campaign. I want you to see the failure. I
See
love
it.
it.
Belfast
that
Boy
was
is more Oscars than Licorice Pizza because good wins over evil in the end.
that was the other one. Don't Look Up tanked as well too for Netflix.
It did nothing.
Didn't even sniff anything.
They were lucky to be there, honestly.
We saw that coming. Yeah.
Hans Zimmer, the GOAT, won another one. It took him 30 years to
Couldn't
or
even be
40
bothered
years.
to show up.
No, he didn't even show up.
Oh, another Oscar, so I'm busy that night. Sorry, guys. I got stuff going on.
So yeah, it took him like 40 years to win one Oscar. Now I think he has 3, maybe 2. This might have been his second. So yeah, he couldn't show up. Anthony Hopkins showed up to this Oscars and not the last one.
Not the last one.
Not the last one. It's very weird.
Yeah, so that was the Oscars. Will Smith punched a long-time, very popular, very rich comedian in the face.
You know how rich you gotta be to act like that at the Oscars while they're airing it live? You gotta be rich as fuck to be able to act like that, and the show just goes on. Will Smith is an incredibly rich man.
That was the thing too. Somebody that I followed tweeted is like, you know how famous you have to be for them not to just shut the shit down?
Well, the show didn't shut down. The show just kept going. It's like, all right, Chris Rock, you gonna get your jokes off or not? Because we got like you got to roll the next package. Like
that
Also,
really
like,
that joke had to have been off the top of his head because there's no way that any writers approved that. Anyone with any sense approved that joke.
No.
The Oscars, like, I wonder what they do next year because they were obviously completely unprepared for something like this potentially happening. Like, you watch like reality TV show reunions and they got the big dudes who like run in like immediately. If it looks like some shit might jump off, they're gonna have to hire those people.
Will Smith walked up there like a WWE entrance. That was insane.
He didn't say anything to him either before he hit him. He just walked right up to him and punched him. He didn't say anything to or slapped him. He didn't say anything to him until he sat down. Like
I need somebody to put Stone Cold's music over Will Smith
The
getting up on
glass
stage.
breaking.
Like I need that.
we are not going to see an Oscars that has a moment that funny and that viral and that crazy maybe ever again.
I think we'll be dead. Yeah.
I think we all have to bask in it because shit like that does not happen. And those poor people who are doing the Oscars had to be having a complete panic attack. But it was a good thing. But they probably didn't realize that at the time. But it was
the director and switchboard operator are getting drunk as hell right now. They're like, oh god,
drunk as hell. Like I can't believe that happens. Like,
what's it? It's like 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock in Los Angeles. They are wasted.
Gone, bro. The only thing that I'm worried about is next year we're gonna have so many bad jokes about this.
There's gonna
Will
be at least
Smith may not show up.
No, Will Smith's got to be there. Will Smith has to do it again.
Here's the thing. I put on Twitter, and you disagree, Tej. They got to come out and present an award together.
That's not happening. Will Smith is very rich, very powerful, and he was really, really upset. He's not going to forgive Chris Rock enough time to go stand next to him. And Chris Rock's probably going to make it worse in the subsequent interview circuit. He's probably going to make it worse.
Oh, Chris Rock already got a Netflix deal off of this.
I'm sure you're going to hear about this very soon in a Chris Rock special coming only exclusively on Netflix.
We need, like, I've never said these words before, but I need Charlemagne the God involved. I need the interview with either Chris Rock or Will Smith or both. It doesn't matter. I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it. Charlemagne the God is going to ask the important questions.
Do we just need to have Chris Rock on an episode of Red Table Talk? Is that sit them all down at the red table? That's how we get things hammered out.
Rap battle on Sway in the morning.
I need all of the content around this. I need to know everything about how these people feel.
Dude, the Oprah interview is going to go incredible. I need the Oprah interview. Yeah, that was the Oscars. That's our instant reaction. I got nothing, man. I got nothing left. I got no more jokes.
Get ready to be let down next year because we're not going to be able to reach the highs that we were able to reach tonight. I guarantee you.
Maybe if the movies are better, like
that's true.
But like nothing will top the highest grossing actor of all time punching one of the highest grossing comedians of all time in the face.
Jackie Chan ain't teach you shit in Rush Hour, dog. You unprepared.
Chris Tucker.
That's not even the right comedian.
Fuck.
That's funny. That's a funny joke if you didn't mean it, but I think you actually meant it.
I did. We're gonna move
on. Yeah. So Will Smith has the liberty from Bob Iger and the Mouse. I don't even think Bob Iger still runs Disney anymore, but he has the liberty of he just peaked ABC's like 10-year ratings, like a 10-year flood. That's like a 10-year ratings unprepared for event. He's gonna have the next Disney movie wrapped up. They're gonna put him in the Avengers.
I can't wait. Like I said, they're gonna have him on literally every ABC talk show that they have. Literally every single one, every late night show, every daytime show. Will Smith is never getting away from this. ABC has him locked into a 360 deal, like holding assault charges over his head.
I didn't even think about that.
We will press charges. Unless you do 7, all of our fucking day show circuit, you can do all of them. Every single one.
Can you imagine if he won't, but can you imagine if Chris Rock pressed charges on Will Smith?
He better not. It's funnier if he doesn't. It's like now he has to just view it as content, which I think I think the switch clicked on from literally saying Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me is like being very aware of oh, this is actually a really big moment. I should be on this side of it, not the other side of it. So he was not gonna press charges. Chris Rock's been slapped before, plenty of times.
Yeah, like we said earlier, he's been slapped.
Yeah,
he's been doing comedy for years. So yeah, but for real, weirdos don't think this gives you liberty to go to your comedy cellar in Dallas, Texas, and slap a comedian, like a open mic comedian in the face.
We're not gonna let you go viral when y'all do it. We are not gonna retweet it, guys. So don't even go do it. It's not gonna go viral. It's not gonna be cool.
No Will Smith challenge. We don't want to do that.
We don't want that. We don't want.
You ain't Will Smith, buddy.
Yeah, you will go to jail.
Rich, he got to act like that. You're not rich like that. So don't.
They will shoot you.
You're getting shot, or you're getting beat up, or you're getting arrested, and that shit is all gonna be expensive. So you please sit in your seat, enjoy the show.
Yeah. So if a comedian says something that you don't like, just tweet about it, like we all do.
Get them canceled. Let's do
that. Get them canceled.
That's worse than a slap anyway.
Just get them canceled like a regular person.
All right, we're delirious. We're going long. That has been a One Take Podcast 2022 Oscars edition. Next week we're back with Morbius.
Oh my god.
Oscar winner Morbius. No, probably not. But I am gonna go see that in the theater. I want to see the train wreck. I want to see the train wreck.
Have to.
They're having DJs in the theater.
I don't know if we're gonna do it on the pod, but I know I'm gonna go see Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm hearing.
I think we may do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that one. A lot of shit coming out after we hit like mid-April. We're rolling. Like we're back to the summer blockbuster. Big movies are coming out again.
Regularly scheduled programming finally back in movie theaters. So yeah, it's probably Everything Everywhere All the Time is probably our next review. But Tej, we're gonna make you see Morbius.
I see how y'all left off Ambulance and making me see Morbius instead. And I just want to say thank you for that. I hate you guys very much for that.
Fantastic. All right, Dex, where can they find all of our content? Also, the new Twitter account. Plug it.
All right, so check out the website, apollohu.com. Read all of our written reviews. Me and Royden are writing. Some other people are writing those too now. We got Garrett and Noah helping us out. They're also helping us out with the new Apollo pop culture account at Watch with Apollo. The One Take Pod account's not going anywhere. We're going to keep doing our thing, but the Apollo pop culture account is just going to be more general and, brand friendly. We're trying to get those sponsorships instead of just tweeting our delirious thoughts. So we're building some shit over there. We're going to keep rocking and rolling over here. This is going to be the podcast home on the One Take Pod account. And then Apollo Pop Culture is going to be news and shit, releases, all that other shit. Keeping it a lot more neutral. So follow us on both of those. And thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
All right. Also, sorry, what else are we doing? 2023 probably nominee, 2024 nominee.
It's coming. Hashtag support Florence Pugh. You already know what to do.
All right. That has been a wild Oscars night. This is what we live for. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing. We're out.